Welcome, everyone. Welcome into this week's Water Signs live readings for the week of October 16th through October 22nd of 2022. Together with astrology and tarot, we're going to find some spiritual guidance for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Guys, remember, I do use timestamps. I understand you can't always be with me. I completely understand. So when you come back to watch the video, one, thank you so much for coming back to watch my video. But please make sure to remember the timestamps will be in the description box. You'll just want to scroll all the way down to the bottom and you can click on Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Guys, we do have some announcements really quickly before we get started. I do want to mention that the Etsy shop is still having the 20% sale. We're about halfway through, guys. The fall sale goes through the end of October. So, for all of you that have gotten readings, thank you so very much. I appreciate your support and your business. For those of you that haven't checked it out, please do so. We have added some new readings in there. And, guys, I have gotten several messages. The new listings are included in the 20% sale. Yes, it includes all the readings, including lives. Also, we do have a new schedule, so I want to make sure to point that out. Every Monday, we're going to do the fire signs now at 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Guys, I know there's a lot of change going on. It definitely just means that we are growing, we're expanding, and we're trying to find our time slot. I do feel like the 2 p.m. is going to be the one, which is pretty interesting because it's actually our original time. So yeah. So Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius every Monday at 2 p.m. Earth signs every Tuesday. So Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn at 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, we're doing those today every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius will do tomorrow every Thursday, 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time. All right, guys. So that is the announcement. I do see everyone coming in. Let me know, guys. Sound and picture is doing okay. I know it's a little dark. It's raining here, but the internet is holding up okay. So that's good. All right. So I do have a lot to talk about today. And then I've got a little surprise. We're going to change things up just a little bit for the water signs today. But I think we'll have a lot of fun with it. But we'll get to that in just a moment. So really quick, let's do the astrology. Thank you, Sandra. So, we've kind of went through the astrology already twice, right? With the fire signs and then the earth signs. So I'm going to try to go through it a little quicker today. It is a lot of information, guys. If you're not interested in the astrology, I don't understand why, because it's a tool, just like tarot. But if you're just interested in the tarot reading, just remember, guys, timestamps in the description box. All right. So for those of you that are interested in the astrology, and the tool that Spirit and the universe has given us, the 1010 portal. Let's talk about it really quickly. I know the 1010 portal was a couple of days ago, but the portal does stay open for 10 days, guys. So it is important that you know what's going on with this portal. And I know that people are like, well, there's portals all the time. There is, guys, and we should probably pay more attention to these situations. So let's talk about a portal first. So when a portal happens in the universe, it really just means that there is a fluctuation of energy, right? Many times it's energy being sent from one location to another. With the 1010 portal, it's about activating new energies. It's definitely about endings and new beginnings. And I know that that happens often. But guys, life is literally always changing. Something's always ending and something new is always beginning. So this is definitely a time of closure, finding closure, whatever it is that you need closure with, whether it's a person, a feeling, or a situation. It's also about looking at your own limits, things that are holding you back, and of course, removing any stagnant energy. That's really what we're always doing, right? And then you're also removing things that just are not aligning with you and where you're going, like where you're headed. They may have aligned with you all the way up until now, but now where you're headed, they will not align with you where you're going. It's like they won't align with the new energy that's coming in. So remember, guys, 10 is a number of completion. It does mean, again, that something's coming to an end, but that also means that something is being birthed, right? Like something is being created, it's coming anew. And this 1010 portal is definitely one of those periods where the universe wants you to create with it. So it's not just about the universe giving you the stuff in your lap and saying, here, deal with the situation. These are about things that you actually want. So here's why it's so important that we actually listen and pay attention to the astrology and pay attention to these portals. This particular portal is listening to your thoughts, regardless of whether you know this portal is here or not. So if you're just going about your everyday and you don't know that it's the 1010 portal and that the 1010 portal lasts for 10 days, well, what's going to happen is it's very possible. How many of you guys, like, do you have negative thinking? I feel like we deal a lot here in this tribe, like we're healing from a lot of like self-doubt and negative thinking. So we're trying to replace those negative thoughts, right? But if, let's say, we don't know the portals here, we don't pay extra attention, and then we catch ourselves spiraling into this self-doubt and negative thinking, well, we're actually going to manifest whatever those negative thoughts were. So if you're telling yourself you can't have something, you won't have more of it. You know what I mean? Like it'll just keep being a lack mentality, because that's what you're manifesting. So that's why I say the astrology is important. Circle the dates on your calendar. Understand that the 1010 portal goes for 10 days. And for 10 days, you really want to focus on your thoughts. You really want to focus on what you're thinking. All right, so let's get to the astrology, right? Okay, so this week we're definitely what I called a preparing week. I do feel like the energies are fixing to get more intense as we move, through eclipse season. So it's really a week of like self-care and paying attention to your body. If you feel like you're tired, it's definitely a time to like stop and take a break. We've kind of been in this energy for about 2 weeks now. And remember, guys, we're looking at the week of 16th through the 22nd. So at this point, I feel like many of you have already went through whatever the massive change or transformation is, and you've had to push really hard to go through that transition. And so now this is definitely a week. I'm not going to say that things aren't going to continue to come at you. I'm not going to say that everything just gets easy from now on. Of course not. But this is definitely a week of like, I don't want to say the calm before the storm either, because it's not necessarily a storm. It's just a lot of energy coming in. The Mars retrograde is really going to deal with our influx of energy, but we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But what I do want to say is it's just definitely a week of paying attention to your body. If it's asking you to rest, don't question it. Just do it. It's, whether it's 20 minutes of your day where you just sit down and close your eyes, just do it. All right. So eclipses. What is eclipses? Remember, we talked about eclipses a couple of weeks back. Eclipses are where we have timeline jumps or like a fast forward in our journey. And so people are really asking me about that, especially because we're having this live tonight. I don't know if you guys have seen it posted. Make sure that you guys have the little bell selected for all if you subscribe, so that when I do set these to go live, they do send you a notification. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, guys. But yes, we do have a special live that we're going to do tonight. It's actually subscriber energy. I normally do that for my Facebook subscribers, but I was called to do it on a much larger scale. So we're going to go on all platforms, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. And please remember, guys, we are streaming on all three at the same time. So these jumps, everybody's like, what does that mean? And what does timeline jumping mean? All right, so just a really quick explanation. We'll go into it more again tonight. But there is a belief that we have like parallel lives, right? And they run parallel to each other. So in other words, there's no past, present, or future. It's all right now. And the way it works is, for example, you are in this timeline and things are difficult and challenging, and you've decided that you're done with the situation and you don't want to work at the situation anymore. You want something new, like drastically new. Well, you timeline jump, and people are like, "What? You don't have to put an astronaut suit on. You're not really going anywhere." Timeline jumping is actually about the mindset, guys. It's about your intention. It's about your thought process. And you can't timeline jump if you're connected to things, if you have stagnant stagnant energy, if you have emotional attachments, you just can't do it. If you heal these things, then you can do it. And some people call it manifestation. Well, I just manifested this thing. Of course you did, but you manifested it at a much quicker rate. And that's called timeline jumping. So that's what's happening. And these things can be very challenging. It's happening to me. It's most likely happening to you. If you're following me, if you're in my collective tribe, if you're drawn to the messages and the readings, it's because we are on a very similar journey. And so what's happening is we've went through something that was traumatic and challenging, but we pushed through and we made it to the other side. We worked on healing. We took all the initiative. No one made us do this. We did it ourselves. We worked on our self-discipline. We focused on consistency, and we continued to push. And that's why we're able to timeline jump. Now, when this happens, guys, it means that you're literally done with this lifestyle, done with this way of doing something, and you're completely transforming to something else, right? Completely doing. Some of you, this could be a new job, a new career, a new house, a new relationship, all of these things, right? And these are not things like, I'm not talking about a relationship that's ended that was a year long. I'm talking about relationships and jobs and homes that were years and years and years and years and years. Your way of life, right? Your way of life is changing. And because you're manifesting it in so quickly, it definitely can be very challenging. But of course, I would say at this point, push through those challenges, because what's coming in is exactly what you wanted. All right, so that's eclipses. Yes, they're not the most fun, but they're definitely very beneficial. All right, so the first one we have is the solar eclipse, and it's coming with the Scorpio new moon, October 25th, guys. So we're definitely right in the beginning of eclipse season. You really want to pay attention to this type of energy. So I'm going to ask you guys, this Scorpio new moon that we're working with on October 25th, this actually goes back to the Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse. It was a super moon. Do you guys remember that? Many of you guys were getting readings in the Etsy shop at that time. Many of you guys were reaching out to me through Messenger or Etsy, and really telling me about the pain that you were experiencing collectively in our tribe. That was right about the time that we were moving, or we were deciding to move. We had made the decision, and it was definitely a time of detachment. It was definitely a time when we were working with codependency, and all of those big life lessons can definitely be painful. But I just want to say, for most of you, congratulations, because you have accomplished something, healed something, learned something that most people go their whole lives and they don't heal or learn. So massive, massive there. All right. So here's what I'm going to say. For those of you that went through that painful experience, you're the ones time jumping. You're the ones that has the fast forward. You're also the ones that are experiencing a lot of challenge right now. But I feel like you also have this, like, almost a knowing, an understanding that this is where you're meant to be and this is what you're supposed to be doing. And when you have that type of understanding, cradling, Diana, Sandra, that's the word I was looking for earlier, cradling. Anyway, when you have that understanding, you do feel very cradled by the universe. You do feel like you're very supported and very protected. All right, so now let's talk about Mars retrograde. I have a couple more and then we'll jump to the readings. I know it's a bunch, guys. Thank you for bearing with me. I see Facebook starting to come in. Hello, everyone. All right, so Mars retrograde comes in at the end of the month. This retrograde can mess with your energy levels. Some of you, again, in my tribe, in our tribe, we feel the energies early. That's definitely a big thing for us. Here at purplelunarose, if you're following me on a regular basis, you tend to feel your energies early also. So which this tells me is you could be feeling one day very energetic. You're ready to get a bunch of things done. And then the next day you're like, yeah, no, I can't move. Maybe you're sore. You just want to lay down, do it. rest, get a massage, take a hot bath, you know what I'm saying? Do all those self-care, self-love things, do it. But that's definitely the Mars retrograde energy that you're feeling. And here's what I'm going to say. Are you ready? So the way that Mars retrograde works, it doesn't happen every year, guys. So it is kind of significant, like more significant than ones that happen every year, because you only get a certain opportunity to do this. But Mars retrograde, the reason that it's so impactful for everyone is because so when Mars retrograde happens, the reason the energy goes up and down is because it's asking you to look at where you're putting your energy. So, for example, if it feels like you're putting your energy in the wrong place, it will draw that energy away and you'll feel super tired, super lack. If you are putting your energy in the right place, you will feel super powerful, again, super confident, and feel like you have all the energy in the world, right? You're working from dusk till dawn and you're not taking any breaks and you're like, I can do everything, right? That type of energy. All right. So, and that's because, again, it feels like that's what you're supposed to be doing. So let's say you're doing something that you're supposed to be doing all the time. So, for example, I'm just going to use this as an example. Let's say you get a new home and the home needs some work, right? You have to go in, you have to do some stuff before you can move in. So you're there every day. Well, that's what you're supposed to be doing. You understand the universe is giving you this home and you feel like you're in the place you're supposed to be at this time in your life, but you're still feeling tired. Now what? Okay, I would say at this point, focus on what you're thinking. Focus on what you're thinking. Because what happens, even when we're doing something we want, we're so shocked. We're so baffled that the universe would even think about us or give us something that we start to fill those spots of quietness with negative thinking. Do I really deserve this house? What am I going to do with this? How am I going to pay for it? Is it too big? How will I take care of it? You see what I'm saying? All of these things will start to come in. When this happens, guys, this is what you want to do. Ready? You're going to replace those thoughts with a gratitude. That's going to be it. You know how I always say replace it with a positive thought? Okay, positive thought, whatever. Replace it with gratitude, guys. That's going to be the answer. That's what's going to get you the biggest comeback, right? Gratitude. All right. So last couple of things, I promise we're going to get to the readings. This week we have October 16, the Arcturus Gateway. I actually don't know too much about Arcturus. I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. I'm riding the boat with you guys. I'm never going to come out here and pretend like I know everything. It's like I learn it and I tell you this is how this works. Okay. So I do have I don't know, Soulful Revolution. I talk about her all the time. I'm subscribed to her channel, and she does a weekly members only live where she always gives such helpful, useful information. And I've never been able to catch the live. I've always been subscribed to the channel, and I just go watch it, after it's not live anymore. It's not as fun when it's not live, right? But anyway, so I've always like my schedule has always kind of mixed up with hers. I've never been able to watch one live. Well, we moved it till 2 p.m. So I was able to watch my first live, and it was totally about the Arcturus Gateway. How interesting is that, right? But anyway, so the Arcturus Gateway is when the sun aligns with the Arcturus superstar. And Arcturus is said to send a high frequency beam of energy down to Earth. It's kind of like the Lionsgate portal when we talked about the Sirius star, right? And what's in this frequency beam is going to be energies that deal with prosperity, abundance, and psychic energy. That's what this gateway is associated with. And I just want to say too, it's also believed that this is the home to an alien race that leads life with love and compassion. For us on a twin journey, does that not ring a bell to you when I say live life with love and compassion? Because it rang a bell to me. But anyway, again, that's a whole other show. But I just want to know if any of you guys that listen to me have heard about the Arcturus Gateway. Do you have information on that? Is it something you would be interested in hearing me talk more about? I've can definitely kind of see where this channel is going, right? Like where just purple LunaRose in total is going, right? Like where the healing process, I can almost see it happening. But I'm trying to be patient and listen and go with the flow that spirit sends me. Let me tell you, it's hard. All right, so October 22nd, I want to talk about that. That's the last thing, guys. October 22nd is the Venus star point, and this is when Venus aligns with the sun. You guys might not hear too much about this. You might not hear too many people bring this one up. I did, when I was studying the charts, I definitely felt like this one was important, especially to us, because remember, Venus kind of represents it does represent the divine feminine energy. So again, in our collective tribe, this is very important. So October 22nd, the Venus star point, it's going to align with the sun. And what happens is the Venus star is going to shift from being the morning star to the evening star. And when this happens, so for example, in the morning, when it's seen as the morning star, it's said that the love from Venus radiates outward, right? And so as it's moving to the evening star, it says that the love of Venus goes within. So what's going to happen is you're going to feel this shift where it's going to help you focus on filling your own cup. Being able to self-care, being able to have self-compassion. You're going to be able to do this. Most of us can't do this. It sounds easy as I'm saying it. It's like, wow, that doesn't sound hard at all. But no, it is. And normally it's because we have other responsibilities. So we feel like we have to do for other people before we do for ourselves. And here's how I want to put this in a mindset situation. If your cup is empty, what is it that you're giving the person you love? If your cup is empty, what can you possibly have to offer that person other than them watching you struggle to try to give them what you don't have? Do you see what I'm saying? So when I say please fill your cup first, I'm not saying this like I feel like people think, well, that's selfish. I can't be selfish. I can't spend time on my own. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't get a massage. I can't take a hot bath. I can't, I'm telling you, priorities. I'm telling you, I had 3 boys. I was married. I know. Okay. And I found time to do other things than the things that I needed to do to self-care and self-love. And by the time of my 20-year karmic marriage, I was so depleted. I was withering away, literally. So I'm just saying, like, if you love your family and you feel like you can't take care of yourself or you don't have time to take care of yourself because you love your family so much, I promise you, you're going to end up giving them more and being able to do more for them if you fill your cup first. So this Venus star point that's happening on October 22nd should definitely help you be able to do that without that guilt, without that concern of what others might think. All right. Let's see what else. I think that's it. Oh, October 23rd, Scorpio season is starting, guys. So I said happy birthday to all the Scorpios out there. And also I want to mention tonight's live. Tonight's live is a sub energy. Again, I normally do that on Facebook. But I did feel a draw to do it on a greater scale because of what we're going to talk about, which of course is timeline jumping and fast forward in your spiritual journey. So if that's something you're interested in, guys, please make sure to join us tonight, 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time. All right, let's get to the fun part. Are you guys ready? Hi, Jenna, Sandra, and Diana. All right, guys. So sorry. I had to clear my throat. Have mercy. I got new cards, guys, so I've totally changed it all up. So water signs, bear with me. All right, so Diana gave me these beautiful Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards, and they came in the mail yesterday. I was actually setting up to do the live that we're going to do tonight. I was setting it up to do yesterday evening, and her cards came in, and something just told me I really needed to just wait Don't rush and make sure I'm prepared. So yeah, we're gonna do it tonight. I'm definitely ready to go. I've been ready. I swear, guys, I've been up since 3 a.m. I just couldn't sleep. I was up. I was going. It was the day with the energy, right? Like you're on the right track. You're doing the right things, so you get this extra burst of energy. So yes, guys, I opened these yesterday. I do want to talk to you about them a little bit, just because I thought they were so beautiful. I was definitely surprised. I get new cards all the time, guys. It happens. You guys send me cards. I'm so grateful for you guys all the time. Sandra, Miss L, everyone has sent me gifts, and I try to put everything up here from everyone, so everyone can see their things. You know what I mean? And I just want you guys all to know how much I love and appreciate everything you send me. But Diana, this deck of cards, I've had several in my lifetime. When I was younger, I always worked with Rider-Waite, because it's the one that everyone knows, right? It's the one that's like easy to remember the meanings and easy to look up the meanings, and that type of situation. I really didn't mess with oracles too much, honestly, until I started reading for other people. And then that's when the oracle cards came in. I was gifted them. One of my very first ones, I want to show you guys, because it's actually, again, also one of my favorite. I feel like it holds some cards just feel different, guys, is what I was going to say. Some cards just feel, I don't know, powerful, gifted. I don't know what to say. But some cards are just really user friendly, like the Rider-Waite, and they just feel like you could grab them every day and run, right? Whatever you want to do with them. So my first ones were the Dreams of Gaia. We don't use them very often. I really should use them more often. I love using these for the Twin Flames 2 questions, and sometimes even the Twin Flames current energy in the Etsy shop. Those are readings that I do offer Twin Flames in my Etsy shop. So if you guys are interested, links are always in the description box. But this one was one of my first gifted tarot decks, and it's actually tarot and oracle together, right? So Diana sent me the Angels and Ancestors oracle, and immediately, so I have my own every oracle, every card set is going to be different, and there's going to be a like opening ceremony that they talk about in the book. I have my own ceremony that I do when I'm opening new cards. It's just something that I've always done, just habit, and I'll just tell you what it is. I tend to open them. I go through and touch each individual card. I turn them over and put them one way, and then I spin them back the other way. I shuffle them, and then I cleanse them with sage. And that's just my thing that I do with it, whether I buy them or someone buys them for me. It's just something I've always done. Like, I don't open them unless I'm at home and I have my sage and I can cleanse them. You know what I mean? And that's not true. One time I opened them in the car from the mailbox to the house, but that's because I was so excited about it. But I still saged them when I got inside. And this one is one of the oracles that had a very specific connection ceremony, which I did do, and I just thought was so beautiful. And I don't know if that's what maybe changed the feeling or the energy. I'm not sure if that's what did it or not. But ever since then, I definitely have this. I was messaging Sandra and Diana. I was like, I don't even have words to explain what I feel when I'm using these cards. It's definitely they're so spiritual. I mean, I can't even express to you how spiritual they feel. I used to smoke cigarettes, and I used to smoke cigarettes while I was pulling cards and reading tarot. I used to drink. I've had a drink and pulled tarot. I never had an issue with it. It never bothered me. I didn't think it affected how I read any whatsoever. Of course, I wasn't like drunk and reading or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But it was weird because I don't smoke now and I really don't drink too often anymore. And so I was thinking, like, when I first opened these, like, there's no way that I would even allow cigarette smoke around these cards. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just something about, like, they're just so precious. They're just so spiritual. I don't need godly. I don't even know what the word is. There's just no words. But while I was reading them, I kept, when you get new cards, you're a little worried, like, am I going to be able to pick it up quick? I mean, it's 55 cards. You know what I mean? It has a beautiful book. Of course, they all do. But I mean, am I going to be able to read this before we start doing the live? And so I start to get a little nervous, and I start going through, and I always do myself a 3 card, regardless of what cards they are, oracle cards, or what the author, tells you to do with them. I always pull myself 3 cards. And I'm literally asking me in the cards, like, how are you going to work with me here? What's this going to look like? I posted those cards this morning on my Facebook page. So if you guys didn't see that, I definitely recommend going and checking that out. Again, they were like the perfect 3 cards out of all 55 cards to explain the journey that I'm on. So what a massive confirmation from Spirit. The mirror card made me cry. So I'm just saying, like, but it wasn't like a sad cry, right? It was definitely like you're protected, you're cherished, we're here, you're not alone. It was just an amazing feeling. So thank you so much, Diana. And I just want to say, if you guys are interested in getting them, I would definitely recommend them. Kyle Gray is quickly becoming my favorite. You guys see my angel numbers book? I didn't put the 2 together. I just happened to look up and see it and was like, what? So super excited about that. But guys, not only that, remember I said I was panicking about not being able to remember the meanings. Although there is a much deeper meaning inside the book for each card. The meaning is also on the front of the card. It tells you what these angels and ancestors are here to do for you. And it definitely helped me be able to move through them quickly. So we're actually going to use them today for the water signs. But what we're going to do is we're only going to use them. I know, right? Like, what? So we're going to use them for the main energy. We're going to use them for the spread of the week. And then, of course, I've pulled out some Llewellyn, and we'll clarify with Llewellyn. At the end, I think we'll use the higher self cards for guidance. And then, of course, we will still close them out with the Moonology Oracle. All right. So another thing, the reason that I was telling you guys about, like, when I have the opening ceremony, I should probably tell you guys, like, I also have a opening ceremony, or starting, I guess I call it the starting ceremony, when I'm getting ready to start reading tarot. So when I usually get on about an hour before we're fixing to come on live. I get my candles going, I get my incense going, I sage my area. I have a small meditation that I like to do to really calm myself, especially if I've already been out in the world and, running errands and doing things, because when you do that, guys, energy does attach to you. I'm becoming more aware of protecting my energy. People used to tell me that when I first came out here. In social media and YouTube and Facebook and all that, they were like, you have to protect your energy. And I was just like, I don't know what that means. I'm highly protected. I don't have to do anything. So not true, guys. So not true. We are highly protected on this journey, but it does come a point where Spirit wants us to be responsible. And so I do have to do certain things to protect myself. I also do ceremonies to protect you also. I've learned that from one of my own readers that I like to watch. That when she starts her readings, her lives, she always does a small prayer and her meditation for the ones watching. And I just think that's so beautiful. So I've been doing that literally since day one, when I very first started doing the live readings. And also, of course, I did my own when we did the individual readings, but a little bit different now that it's live, definitely. So also I want to talk to you about what I say. So I do have a small, very personal um, um, affirmation. I don't know what you could say, prayer you could see that I do say every time before I get ready to start reading. And I do set the intention of what energy I'm looking for. I do tend to focus on love and the heart chakra, especially because the heart chakra is so important in my own journey. One of the reasons I started doing all of this is because I was going through my twin journey and I was experiencing dark night of the soul. And I had to learn how to open my heart chakra, right? That's the first step on getting out of dark night of the soul. And I had to open my heart chakra. And when I did that, it's when telepathy started for me in my own journey. And that definitely was very beneficial to me and assisting me in coming out of that dark night of the soul. So what I'm going to say is I want to read to you guys what is in the box, because they do have a suggestion of what you can say as you're opening up your ceremony to get ready to start reading. I want to tell you that when I first started reading tarot, I didn't necessarily have like a special thing I said or a special layout or even a special place that I read tarot. I don't think spirit works that way. I don't think spirit's going to be like, Rosa, your cards aren't good enough. Rosa, your spot ain't good enough. Rosa, I'm going to need you to put some music on. You see what I'm saying? Spirit's not going to see that. Spirit just wants you to have open space. That's it. You have to open space. You have to open up, make room, allow, be willing, surrender, all those words, right? And that's what spirit's looking for. But does it make it I will say this. I have gotten into this routine for my readings because I do feel that it does help me be able to connect and receive the messages better. So I will say that. Do you need it to get the right answer? Absolutely not. But will it help you get the right answer quicker? Yes, maybe. All right, so inside the box, I thought it was beautiful. I'm going to read it to you before we get started. It says, I set the intention that whatever is gained from the lessons learned from this tool will be dedicated to the growth of all beings in all places. Guardians of the four corners, Mother in the earth, Father in the sky, angels and ancestors, sacred ones, I call on you and welcome you here and now. All right, guys, are you ready? Sandra's so excited. I am too. I am too. All right, let me get my timestamps going. Jenna's driving but listening. I'm so glad, Jenna. All right. So we're going to do Cancer first. These are going to be deep. I already know. All right, 3727 for Cancer because I seen it. All right, Cancer. So these are going to be for the week of October 16th through October 22nd. I did talk a whole lot about the astrology at the beginning of the video, Cancer. I do recommend watching it. Definitely a very useful tool that could help you with your energy this week. All right, so we have some new cards. I think I'm going to put the box out here so everyone can see them. And this is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle card. So this is what we're going to use for our main energy and for the spread. So here's how I did mine today, guys. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to look at the challenge or obstacle first. I know, you're like, what? She's changing it up. I get so bored, guys. I'm in Aries. We like to start things, but we're not good at finishing them. You know what I'm saying? It's like we get bored. We have to change it up. All right. So the first thing we're going to look at, Cancer, is your challenge or obstacle. So we have the stag coming out. It says trust and thrive. interesting. This was one of the first cards that I got when I very first pulled the cards out yesterday when I was going through them. So super interesting that that's the first one to come out. Again, trust and thrive. So Cancer, I feel like you're going through something. You're definitely trying to thrive. That is the goal, right? But there's definitely an issue about trust here. Lesson learned. I love it. We have the moon. Take note of intuitive messages. So your intuition is definitely trying to reach out to you at this time. Again, all that astrology is going to become very important, especially that 1010 portal that we were just talking about. I do feel like you're being drawn to thrive in some way, and that portal is definitely about prosperity and abundance. And I do feel like Cancer, that's how you're thriving. It's pretty interesting. I feel like you're getting intuitive messages. Guys, for me, it's definitely about the Arcturus gateway, right? I'm gonna have to study on that. I was just blown away by the information, and you're on the right path. Like that spirit's guiding you when you learn something, and it just gives you that warm, tingly feeling in your heart space. You know what I'm talking about? It's like you're following your intuition. It's almost like there's little lightning bugs everywhere, but you just don't really see them. You know what I mean? It's like everything feels amazing. That's how you're on the right path. All right, Cancer, let's look at the outcome. So we have the White Witch, again, my favorite. I'm a Cancer rising, guys, so I'm super excited. All right, so the White Witch is be the light, and that's all we're doing here. That's literally what our channel is all about. And it's so funny it's called the White Witch, because if you go back and watch my videos, guys, I've not deleted any videos. None. There are FUBARs, bloopers everywhere. But you can go back and watch 2 years ago, my very first video when I first started posting videos on here. I used to really be very focused about staying in the light. So I didn't even use the word witch. You know what I'm saying? There were certain words that I just did not use because I did not want to draw certain attention to myself, right? I wanted to make sure that I stayed in the light. And that's really hard to do, a lot harder to do when you're in the public and you have so much energy that affects your own energy. You know what I'm saying? And guys, I just want you to know, as you're listening to me, most of you are drawn to me because this is your path. This is where you're headed. Now, are you going to read tarot on YouTube? Not necessarily, but in some way, you're going to go off and teach people, and you're going to teach them unconditional love, and you're going to do it by example. So in other words, the way you're living your life, what it is that you're doing, the service that you're offering to others. So I'm just saying, if that doesn't say White Witch all over it, I love the owl. Do I ever show you guys my owl? I had somebody call it ugly one time, and I got super upset about it. And I took it off the table because, I'm a dork butt. But I put it back because, why do I care what the heck they think? My son made me this owl. My son, Samuel, my middle son. I can't tell you what year in school it was, but I've had it this whole time. When we moved from Colorado, I took it with me. And it's just been something that's very important to me. So the owl is definitely sticking out to me here. But it's all definitely about staying in that white light. It's definitely about paying attention to the music that you're taking in, the videos. It's all about the mindset too, the morning, your routine, how you're getting ready for your day. All of that stuff is falling into this card right here. All right, let's look at your energy for the week. We have the Lady coming out. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. I love it. All right, let's pull some tarot. Ooh, look at that. The spring card. See your seeds grow. All right, so I'm a Cancer rising. And I just want to say, to me, this is definitely talking to me about work. And what it is that I'm trying to create and what it is that I'm trying to build. And many of you are also doing the same thing. Many of you also have your own YouTube channels. Some of you guys have started YouTube channels after you found me, right? Some of you guys have made YouTube channels after you found me, and you have already surpassed me by thousands. So I just want to say, amazing job. But seriously, it's like, that's why you're drawn, right? It's so that you can see, how did she do this? This is how I'm supposed to do this. You see what I'm saying? It's definitely what's happening. But for me, in my business growth. In my studies of astrology, it does look like purple lunar rose will grow the most starting spring of 2023. So how interesting is that? All right. I want to look at the lady card first. What type of growth? What type of rewards? Look at that. Queen of Wands, confidence. So this definitely could be about your confidence and your abilities. The Queen of Wands is definitely about knowing and understanding what you're capable of doing. The sunflower is definitely sticking out to me. It's also about kindness. I do feel like Cancer, that's not hard for Cancer, right? Cancer is very nurturing side. This is definitely going to be about something that you take care of. Let's look at the trust and thrive. So we have 7 of Swords. So right away, I'm getting that again. There could have been a struggle, and you're feeling like you just can't trust in the universe. You feel like the universe may not have your back. Like maybe you've been doing all of this for a long time, and what if it's not the right thing? I'm definitely understanding you there. The Moon card is coming out here and telling me this is lesson learned. So when I made this spread, remember this card helps you with the challenge or obstacle. So the Moon, and it says note your intuitive messages, tells me that you're receiving those messages. You're receiving the intuitive messages. You know you're exactly where you're supposed to be, Cancer. You're dealing with self-doubt and trust issues. So we have the 3 of Swords coming out. So I want to say the 3 of Swords is definitely healing. I always get that broken heart with the 3 of Swords. It doesn't matter which tarot deck it is. It always looks like the Rider-Waite with the 3 swords stabbed in there. There's definitely a time of healing, pain, transformation with the 3 of Swords. But I feel like what's happening here is you're understanding that the intuitive messages you're getting about where you're going have to do with the pain that you went through. And isn't that what we do, Cancer? Isn't that the whole point of our journey? Is when we're coming out of the fires of hell, we're supposed to be carrying buckets of water for the ones that are fixing to go in, right? Or for the ones that are coming out after us, right? We're supposed to help the people and show them the way so that they don't do, or it doesn't have to be as hard for them as it was for us. That's the whole point. And I feel like that's what those intuitive messages are that you're getting. For the White Witch, I love it. Thank you, Spirit. We have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is about destiny. And again, I'm getting the feeling that you are concerned that you may not be in the right place, and Spirit's trying to show you with signs, intuitive messages, synchronicities, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Things may not be coming in as quickly as you would like, Cancer, but it's definitely about divine timing here. King of Cups is on the bottom. Again, understand what you're capable of and be confident in yourself, Cancer. All right, let's pull some guidance for Cancer. All right, so Cancer, we're asking your higher self, what is the guidance for this situation? October 16th through October 22nd. We have stepping into power. You are strong beyond measure. You have to trust that. Protected by angels. You are cherished by angels. I'm definitely feeling that this morning, especially after working with the angels and ancestors cards. And first light, beginning a new cycle. I definitely feel like what it is you've been waiting for this whole time is literally right around the corner, Cancer. Joy and delight is on the bottom, and it says open your heart to joy. In other words, prepare yourself, Cancer. Don't cut if you catch yourself saying it's never going to come, I'm never going to get this, I'm always going to struggle. I want you to replace all those thoughts with it is coming. It's right around the corner. All right, let's close it out with the Moonology Oracle. And this is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. Very much in your thoughts, but also very emotional. There's a little bit of wishy-washy here. There's a little bit of, I trust, I don't. I trust, I don't. I trust, I don't. And I need you to stay solid, Cancer. Surrender to the divine is the full moon. The answers you need are coming, absolutely. Full moon in Gemini. Your hard work is paying off. It's the new moon in Capricorn, and nothing is yet set in stone. It's the mutable moon. All right, Cancer, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. If it was, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all those good things. And I'm going to jump to Scorpio next, guys. Sandra says she loves owls. I normally have not studied the animals too much, guys. But that's what I was going to say, Sandra, earlier when we were talking. I've been seeing the wolves, right? And it's definitely been a thing. I was watching or listening to someone, and I can't remember. I've been reading so many books, guys. I'm in the middle of 3 as we speak. And I've found a new astrology teacher, KRS channel, guys. I would definitely check that out. Very helpful, informative instructor there, professor that just has so much information. There's something definitely about the sound of his voice. It's like my brain just soaks all of it in. But anyway, Sandra, I was seeing where it talked about if you're seeing certain animals, it's definitely a synchronous. It's a sign, it's definitely spirit trying to show you something. It could also have something to do with your spirit animal, which I have not really dove into too much. But I remember what I was reading or listening to. Again, I really can't remember who it was or where it was saying that if you're seeing animal often that is pulling at, I say pulling at those heartstrings, it definitely could be like a spirit animal, and it definitely could be guiding you in some way. So to pay attention. And it's funny because mine is the wolf. Like I kept seeing the wolves, and people were like, I was in Kentucky for the first time I seen it. It was definitely at a very major transformational time in my journey. And I seen this wolf. I was actually on my way to work, and I was going about 60 miles an hour in my vehicle. And over in this field, I see this wolf running, and it was like this grayish color. And I thought at first it was like a German Shepherd or something like that. And I seen it running across the field, and I remember thinking, like, I hope I don't hit this dog. I'm saying, like, it doesn't run out in front of me as I'm going up this road at 60 miles an hour. I probably laid off the gas a little, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, like, the wolf never came out to the road. Like, I kept waiting. It was getting closer and closer, and then it didn't come out. And I was like, where did this wolf go? I'm looking in my rearview mirror. I look in the driver mirror, and then I look over in the passenger mirror, and the wolf is running alongside this car. I swear to you, I'm not making this up. I know it sounds crazy, but I promise you this really happened. And so I'm thinking, this cannot be a dog. There's no way this dog is running 60 miles. At this point, I'm speeding up because now I don't want to hit this dog. You know what I mean? And the wolf speeds up and literally like runs right alongside the car with me for a stretch of this road. And it just totally freaked me out that I start to let go off the gas, and I start to come back to earth. And he crosses over in front of me and takes off. And I've never seen an animal run so fast. And it was literally like from another, I don't know, 300 feet to before I got on the interstate. And from there to the interstate, it was like the thought occurred to me, that was not a dog. You know what I mean? And so I was telling everyone, and I was like, I seen a wolf, I swear. And they were like, no, there's no wolves here. There's no wolves in Kentucky, And then when I first moved to my sister's, that experience was right when I realized that my journey was not going to turn out the way I thought it was going to turn out, right? Like, that was when I realized that it wasn't, about the person, it was about the purpose. And that's definitely a big part in my journey. And then the second time I seen it was when I moved here. I was really nervous to move. I was really scared that I was making a mistake and I was doing the wrong thing and I was causing separation and, all kinds of nonsense. But, self-doubt. But I was really nervous about all this stuff. And so when I got here, I seen one coming from the neighbor's driveway, like down the driveway. I watched it walk down the driveway, and Junior even got like a corner of it, like out of his corner of his eye. and before it took off running, and I was like, "Did you see that?" What made me know this time that it was a wolf this time was, again, it was gray. You know what I mean? Dogs, I mean, I guess there could be a gray dog, but mostly they're not. But and again, it didn't have, neither of these animals had like they didn't look mangy or like they were starving to death by any means. So it definitely kind of, gets me, like, made me confused to think it could be a dog. But I just know when I seen that second one, I Googled it and looked it up, and there may not be wolves in Katie's Kentucky, like everybody kept telling me, but actually gray wolves are common here. So I was like, oh, wow, look at that. So yeah, and I've actually 2 more times since we've been here. So I'm just saying, like, there's definitely something going on with the animals for sure. All right, I'll stop jabbering, guys. Let's get to Scorpio. Timestamps, guys, timestamps. All right, 5424, because I seen it for Scorpio. Scorpio, this is going to be for the week of October 16th through October 22nd. I did talk about the astrology a whole bunch at the beginning of the video. I do recommend watching that part of the video. I do feel like the cosmic influences could be very strong in your energy this week. We do have new cards, Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards, so I am using these. And we're actually using these for the main energy and the main spread. And we're going to pull them out a little bit different, Scorpio. So changing up just a little bit here. We're going to start with your challenge or obstacle. Let's look at what the challenge or obstacle may be for Scorpio, October 16th through October 22nd. So we have the Earth Guardian coming out. Stay rooted and grounded. Super interesting because that's not the water sign of Scorpio, I know, right? So this kind of tells me that I'm almost said murky just now. I don't even know why. Wow. All right. Well, now I know why. Okay, so Scorpio, challenge or obstacle, you may feel like you're trying to, I don't know how to explain this. Okay, so like I'm seeing like this dark pool of like dark, oh, I know why I'm seeing this. Okay, so we were talking about this not too long ago. The water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Scorpio is the only still water. So Cancer is seeing as a flowing water. Pisces also is flowing. In Scorpio, it's actually a very deep, deep, dark pool. And I feel like that's what I'm seeing you come out of. It's like you're trying to get to the top, and you break the surface, you see the light, that type of energy, and then something pulls you back down. I do feel like each time you get pulled back down, it's not as deep as the last time. I do kind of sense that. So I feel like the guidance, like what's happening is spirit's trying to say, root yourself, ground yourself. That could definitely help you when you're feeling like you break surface and you get out of those deep emotional situations, and you start to see the light again. Start grounding yourself. I mean, immediately. And I mean, that could be as simple as take your shoes off and walk outside. It's interesting because the opening ceremony for this oracle card, like when you open them up and prepare to attach your energy to the cards, one of them asked you to sit wherever you're going to be reading and to plant your feet firmly on the ground, because you're going to start to picture those tree roots. I always say that the tree roots are growing from the bottom of your feet. They go to the center of the earth. They come back up and attach to the bottom of your feet. You're grounded right then and there. But also, take your shoes off, run outside, let your feet touch the ground. The other day, Junior took me and Amelia out to the baseball field, and we've been teaching Amelia how to play some softball, right? And I went out there in the wrong shoes like a silly butt and had to take my shoes off. I haven't had that much fun in years. So I'm just saying, take your shoes off, guys. I promise you, it's going to be the thing. But I'm definitely getting that you are, it's like coming out of a dark night of the soul. It's like you start to come out, it pulls you back in. You start to come out, it pulls you back in. All right, let's look at lesson learned for Scorpio. 2 came out. I'm going to take both of them. I love it. Stargazer is here. Set your sights high. And Guardian Angel, you are not alone. Again, I'm still seeing that dark pool that I started seeing at the very beginning. And what I'm getting here is that maybe when you're coming out of the light, like when you see the light at the end of the tunnel and you're starting to come out and you're starting to feel better and you're like, I'm going to make it. And you get out there, maybe you're not setting your sights high enough at that point. And maybe you're like, I just barely made it out. I need to just sit right here. You see what I'm saying? I kind of feel that. I kind of sense that energy. Like I just barely, survived. I'm just going to sit down. And maybe it's not a time for you to sit down, Scorpio. I do feel like you are protected. That's something that's been coming with me with these cards. I'm so glad that I picked the water signs and Scorpio to start using these cards. I literally just got them yesterday. Because when I was doing my own reading this morning, I definitely got this energy of being cradled, of being highly, highly protected, of being surrounded by angels and ancestors, and understanding that I'm on a very spiritual journey here. I'm highly protected and I am not alone. And I promise you, if you're watching me, you're on this very same spiritual journey and you're highly protected and you're not alone. All right, let's look at the outcome for Scorpio. All right, so we have the Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. All right, so here's what I'm going to say, Scorpio. Most likely the depression that you're dealing with, the dark night of the soul that you're trying to break out of, and the darker energy that you're in. And I just want to say for Scorpio, that's a thing, right? Like that's why though. It's because Scorpios is that still deep water. But that's why Scorpio is so transformative. That's why their whole life is based on so many different transformational periods. That's the whole thing about Scorpio. And if you're not a Scorpio sun, just go look on your chart and see, what do you have? Where is Scorpio? What's in that house? That's what you're going to be working on transforming your entire lifetime. You see what I'm trying to say here? So you are definitely doing something, I feel like, breaking out of something, Scorpio, that maybe your own parents dealt with. Maybe someone else in your family's had to deal with, your grandparents, great-grandparents. Like it just keeps going, right? I definitely feel like you're going to be the one, Scorpio, that changes it. You're going to be the one that shows other people so that your own children have someone to watch by example so that they're not caught in this deep darkness, right? On the bottom, thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit loves me. The Water Guardian, connect with your emotions. This is what you're doing. That's why you have Dark Night of the Soul. It's so you understand why they're there, so you can heal the root of the problem. All right, guys. Let's see. Let's clarify a little. See if I've missed anything. Let's look at that Earth Guardian. Stay rooted and grounded. Stay rooted and grounded. The Six of Cups is coming out. This is going to have something to do with someone in your past. For some of you, if you are dealing with the ancestral patterns, that definitely could be the card that says so right there. But I'm feeling like someone from your past, Scorpio, is coming back in. And that's what's bringing up a lot of heavy emotions for you. In fact, Scorpio, most likely you haven't healed the situation since they left. The Two of Swords is here. And the Two of Swords talks about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. I just want to say I recently learned that Two of Swords also says that Spirit's giving you a new opportunity. The universe is giving you a new opportunity. And that's the moon that you see in the picture. So although you may have felt stuck, most likely it was very true. Most likely you had to go through this deeper experience again so that you could learn how powerful, how important it was, so that you could change these patterns and not put them on someone else, so that it can stop with you, Scorpio. I do feel like you were stuck. I do feel like this week Spirit's going to give you a new opportunity. I just want to say the Water Grounded Guardian is supposed to be your energy of the week. My bad. All right. I just want you to know there's a purpose for these emotions. All right. Let's go over here to lesson learned. Look at that. The 3 of Pentacles comes out and the 8 of Wands comes out. All right, Scorpio. So here it is. Are you ready? So the 3 of Pentacles, I decided to use Llewellyn today. Llewellyn Tarot, just like regular Rider-Waite, right? That's what it's based off of. The 3 of Pentacles, we all know the 3 of Pentacles is about teamwork. It normally shows those 3 people in a church and they're working together, they're building something. And the card represents people that encourage one another, support one another, respect each other's opinions, work together to create one bigger thing, something bigger than them, right? In the 3 of Pentacles with Llewellyn Tarot, one of the first things, this is another deck that was gifted to me actually, Scorpio, that has been just very, very dear to me. So yes, the 3 of Pentacles was one of the first cards that stuck out to me. She's by herself. You see that? She's by herself. She's still doing the work. It's very tedious. It's difficult. It's challenging. It's hard. But she's not giving up. So it's almost like she knows that as long as she continues to do the work, whoever's supposed to do it with her comes in when they're supposed to, right? And that's kind of what I'm picking up here. It is possible you've had to do something on your own for a long period of time, but I feel like it's because there was purpose to that. There was reason. Maybe you had to heal some sort of emotional wound. 8 of Wands tells me this is actually changing quickly. All right, so for the elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. We have the 3 of Swords coming out. And we have the 9 of Wands coming out. Yes, this is definitely about healing something that's been broken. And the 9 of Wands talks about doing it for a long period of time. Spirit's asking you here to step away and look at it from a different perspective. Is this what you want to pass on? Is this your legacy, Scorpio? Or do you want to show them how to break through that murky water, how to come out and see that white light, how to chase the white light down? I think that's what you want to show them. On the bottom is the 6 of Pentacles. It is about assistance, and I do feel like you're getting massive assistance this week. All right, let's pull some guidance for Scorpio. And let's see, we're asking your higher self, Scorpio. The goosebumps, Scorpio, the goosebumps. Whew. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so distant thunder, clear the airs here. In other words, leave the past in the past. It's falling on that 6 of Cups. Leave it back there. Answering the call. The time is now. What happened here does not matter anymore. What happens from here on out is what's important, Scorpio. Last one, wandering path. Enjoy the journey. I love it. On the bottom, grace and gratitude. Scorpio, if you ever get confused on how to raise your vibrational energy, if you catch yourself in that murky water and your emotions are so deep that you feel like you can't handle and you're never going to see that white light again, start finding gratitude. Anything, I don't care what it is, find gratitude for the smallest, tiniest thing and just keep adding to it, because that's what's going to pull you out of that murky water. All right, Scorpio, let's close it out with the Moonology Oracle. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. You're definitely very much in your thoughts. You're waiting for this situation to come to an end so that you can start anew. I do believe this is going to be the week, Scorpio. You have prosperity lies ahead. Absolutely. New moon in Taurus. Communication is key, Scorpio. New moon in Gemini. There's those twins. And a fiery climax approaches. It's the full moon in Aries. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, Scorpio. I hope that reading was helpful. If it was, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all those very good things. I'm going to clean up really quickly, guys, and we'll jump to the last one, Pisces. Beautiful reading for Scorpio. So much emotion. I knew that one was going to be deep. I was really surprised to see such that deep pool. I was so surprised to get such a clear picture there. Sandra says, emotional reading for me, great connection. Oh, it was emotional. There was a lot of feeling there for sure. Scorpio moon and rising, Dana says. All right. Scorpio definitely focused on legacy. That's definitely what I'm getting there. It's definitely important to Scorpio. There's definitely family involved. There's definitely children involved. Children are super important to Scorpio. I mean, I understand that. I mean, I learned that firsthand. And I just know that the legacy that they leave their children is so important to Scorpio. And I definitely feel like that's exactly what that reading was about. Definitely. And Scorpio, again, massive transformation. So definitely a little bit more difficult than for some others, right? All right, let's get to Pisces. Let me grab some water. I need to cleanse just a little bit. I just seen 11010. Sandra says, you read my mind, deep still water. I seen it. I mean, it was like this. I mean, I was scared to look in it because I knew it was really deep. And I didn't want to like get down in it in fear of like, I don't know, it was going to keep me down there. I don't know. It was really intense. But I've had so much stuff happening in the last couple of months that I know it's just, you know, my abilities growing and all of that. And it just, I try not to be scared. But sometimes it's hard, especially when you see something like a big, deep, murky, you know, you have no idea where it's going. Like, yeah, no, thank you. All right. Gotta get like the wiggles out, you know what I mean? Like clear. All right, Pisces, let's do it. 1/11/18 for Pisces. Pisces, this is going to be for the week of October 16th through October 22nd. I did talk about the astrology. There is a lot to talk about at the beginning of the video. I do recommend watching that video, or that part of the video, my bad, at the beginning of this video. Jeez. But yes, Pisces, a lot going on up there in the cosmos that definitely could influence your energy. We are mixing it up a little bit, Pisces. We're going to use angels and ancestors. New oracle cards that were gifted to me. Received them yesterday. I'm madly in love with them already. So we are going to use them for your energy of the week and the regular spread. We're going to start with your regular spread. I messed up Scorpios a little. I'm going to try to not mess up Pisces. Let's start with challenge or obstacle for Pisces for the week of October 16th through October 22nd. So what does that mean? Does that mean that we're making a challenge or obstacle? No, it means that we're looking at a challenge or obstacle that could possibly happen. 2 cards come out. We have spring, see your seeds grow, and traveler, move in a new direction. Challenge or obstacle, I feel like you're trying to do something here. And actually, this is going to be, I got you. I feel like you're trying to do something here. Spring, see your seeds grow. It's going to be your energy of the week. Let me just get them all out. I don't follow directions very well. On the bottom, my favorite card in the whole entire Oracle deck, the Mirror Garden. Take time to reflect. Beautiful cards. All right, so you have Traveler, Wise One, and Shield Maiden. The spring, it gave it away right away. It tells me this is the energy that you're actually having. So you're trying to plant seeds. You're trying to do something right now. I do feel like springtime could be a big time for you, Pisces. Like maybe whatever you're planting comes in the springtime. Definitely could have something to do with physically traveling, Pisces. But I feel like for most of you Pisces, you've been on, and I'm just going to get real down with it, ready? The Pisces energy I've been reading has been on this twin journey since you started following me, I would say about 2 years ago. It's gotten stronger and stronger, which means more Pisces twins have added to the energy, right? But tend to be in the same type of collective feeling, like dealing with the same type of emotional roller coaster situation. And Pisces definitely dealt with the codependency a lot harder, I would say, than any of the other signs when we went through that period with the Scorpio supermoon lunar eclipse that we had back in April, May. So you definitely were like, Pisces was the sign that took the longest, I felt like, to break away from the codependency. So what's happening now is you've already done it. You've already broken away. You're definitely still trying to heal. Pisces kept having that energy of being tempted to go back, keep repeating the cycle. But I do feel like you've broken the cycle, Pisces. But now it's like, okay, if I'm not going to go back, if I'm not going to continue this same cycle that I've been doing, well, then what am I supposed to be doing now? That's kind of the energy that I'm feeling here. So Wise One says, grow within your current situation. I feel like this is definitely going to be lesson learned. There's that owl again. But it's definitely lesson learned here. It's like you've gained the information, you know not to do that situation again. The in and out, the runner chaser type of situation. You're not going to chase that person. You're done doing that. You very much learned it's about the purpose and not about the person. But it's like, what does that mean now? Rosa moved. Does that mean I can move? Yes, you can. And the Shield Maiden is here, and it says make plans and focus. So it's definitely a time for you, Pisces, to realize now that you understand it's not about the purpose. Not about the person, but it's more about the purpose. Focus on the purpose. What is your purpose? What is it that you're going to do? How are you going to help other people going through the same experience that you've just went through? How are you going to do it? Are you going to read tarot on YouTube? Are you going to start a company? Are you going to be on Facebook? Are you going to open your life coach, business? What is it that you're going to do? Are you going to write a book? You see what I'm saying? There's going to be something that you do, Pisces, and you're going to use your creativity, whatever that is, whatever spirit gave you. I really like things that are pretty. I like to do video art. I went to school for IT, so I finally get to use it all these years later. And I still have to learn all the new software because nothing is the same. You know what I'm saying? But you have something and you're going to use that. So I feel like that's where Pisces is focused right now. What is my purpose? Where am I going? I understand that it's not this situation. I finally get it. I'm not going to go back to that cycle, but what now? All right, so let's pull some tarot. Let's see if we can pull out some cards and look out. What are those seeds that you're planting? What are the seeds that are being planted right now? So we have the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Ace of Cups coming out. What I'm getting here is this is going to have something to do with growth. Like the Two of Pentacles tells me you feel like there's not enough resources. Things are always feeling stretched. You're tired. You're stressed out. Everything takes a long time. And you're definitely ready for some sort of new start. Aces are always new. But this could definitely be with love, right? And what I'm going to say here is if you're looking for someone new already, Pisces, it's possible that Spirit's saying the situation comes in towards spring. But it's also possible that right now you're supposed to be focused on your purpose and what it is that you're doing. For the Traveler card, we have the Hermit. So you may not necessarily actually be going anywhere physically. You may just actually be going within. The Two of Cups is coming out. So I'm definitely picking up the energy of someone coming in here. And what I'm getting is Spirit's telling you that if you want this thing to to work. If you want this new start, new beginning, new person, new love, then you're going to have to heal those wounds that are within. Strong Virgo energy with that Hermit. With the Wise One, we have the Page of Pentacles coming out and the Sun coming out. Interesting, determined. So Page of Pentacles, again, is student, someone who's young. Pages normally are very fearful, but I'm not sensing any fear here. In fact, I'm sensing like excitement, ready to go, right? You've been doing something for a long time, and now you're going to be able to use what lesson, the information you got from that situation to move forward. And I do sense that you're excited for that. You're ready for that new beginning. The Page of Pentacles is the only page out of the 4 pages that's excited to go. There's still fear and hesitation, but they want to do the work. And the Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. I feel like that's what Spirit's asking you to do this week. The 10 of Wands is here. The time of stress and exhaustion, feeling like you don't have enough or you're not enough, that is definitely over. Also pay attention to where you're putting your energy. Where are you focusing your energy at? You could be dealing with some Mars retrograde energy this week coming in, because I know it's coming in later at the end of the month, but remember, guys, we do tend to feel our energy early. So Pisces, if you're feeling like one day you have this boost of energy and the next day you don't, that's definitely going to be some Mars retrograde energy, and it's asking you to focus. Where are you putting that energy? The days that you have an extra burst of energy, you're doing it the right way. On the days that you don't, you're not. All right, so Queen of Pentacles is also coming out, and this is definitely going to be about being your own resource. I feel like the reason you had such a hard time moving away from the twin journey, whatever that situation was because that person most likely was your resource. And what I mean by that is maybe you were married, maybe you were in a relationship, maybe you lived together, they paid the rent, they shared the bills, something. You see what I'm saying? And it's like now the reason that you had to pull away and it was more difficult for you was because now you have to learn how to be your own resource. But I just want you to know that you have this powerful journey you're on, and you're going to use that energy from that journey to become your own resource, just like I did. All right, let's pull some guidance for Pisces. And I am using the Denise Lynn Sacred Traveler. So we are asking your higher self, Pisces, what is the guidance for Pisces October 16th through the 22nd with this situation? Valiant courage, take action with passion, absolutely. Navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. So even though you don't know where you're going, you're not scared to do it because you understand that it's taking you to where you're supposed to be. And staying focused, not going to be a coincidence, guys. Spirit's definitely in the house. Ready? Make plans and focus. That's going to be angels and ancestors. And here we are with the Sacred Traveler. Hold the course, staying focused. Same word, guys. Stay focused, Pisces. Rejuvenating rain is on the bottom. Clear the past and heal the present. All right, let's close it out for Pisces with the Moonology Oracles. And remember, Pisces, this is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. Very much in your thoughts, making a new plan. I am sensing a little bit of fear, but not super overwhelming. Expect powerful change, new moon, eclipse. I just want to say I feel like it's not super overwhelming, Pisces, because you've already done it. Bring love into the situation. It's the new moon in Aquarius. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. I know I just said, Pisces, that you've already done it. There's going to be one of you out there that you didn't do it yet, but you've already made up your mind. Now you just have to take the action. All right. That's going to be it, Pisces. I hope that reading was helpful. If it was, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all those good things. And that's going to be it, guys. That's the water signs for the week of October 16th through October 22nd. Let me know, what did you guys think? Do you think they were good? I felt like they weren't as emotional as I thought they were going to be. Scorpio was definitely the deep well that I was feeling as I was preparing for the water signs. Hi, Rachel. Keep treading water, Scorpio family. Dude, I went over so bad. Hour and 22. Can you believe that? There was so much, but I was so excited about the new cards. What do you guys think about the new cards? Super awesome, right? They are deep for sure. All right. So this is normally the time that we would offer free readings. You know what I would like to do? If you guys are interested, I would like to pull a new Angels and Ancestors card for you. And I would like to give you the definition out of the book. So let me know if anyone is interested. I would love to pull one for you and see what comes out. Awesome. Rachel says, yes, please. All right, Rachel, let's shuffle. Shuffling does it for me, guys. That's how I clean the energy. That's why you always see me shuffling from the last person we did. I don't ever like keep going in the deck. Like I always stop, and that's normally how I clean it out and get prepared for the next one. And I do feel like the cards very much let me know when, you know, when they're done being shuffled, right? All right, Rachel, let's do yours first. Yes, Sandra. Yes, Diana. So awesome. Thank you guys so much for participating. All right, let's see. So the water signs clearly the slowest ones. Fire signs went super awesome at 2 p.m. Earth signs didn't do too shabby. Water signs super slow. It's all right, though. I feel like they'll definitely pick up for sure. All right, Rachel. You have the wise one. Grow within your current situation. So that one just came out. All right, Rachel, let's see what's going on in your current situation. In other words, though, I'm getting right away that you are going through something that you may not have dealt with before, but there's something that you have that you've dealt with before that can be beneficial to you in this situation. Definitely seeing that. I love how there's angels, ancestors. There's seasons in these cards. So if you want to do like a timing, there is symbols. So for those of you that dream about symbols, I mean, just super awesome. All right, I found it. All right, so wise one. So the message, Rachel, says knuckle down, be reliable and committed, be open to wisdom and insights from elders. So it's not calling you an elder. It says there's someone around you that knows something. The wise one represents the wisest aspect of the goddess, the crone. In paganism and modern Wicca, the crone is the fiercest, most psychic, and most aware aspect of the goddess because she has been through many of life's challenges and overcome many setbacks. On this card, the raven in her hands represents the capacity to overcome the darker times, to be reborn again and again. So she helps you to tap into wisdom and overcome whatever life throws at you. Wisdom being the information stored in your soul rather than the knowledge acquired in this lifetime, and to learn from the experience of your elders. The extended message for this card: the wisdom of the wise one is based on something that the younger generation is often lacking: commitment and reliability. When this card appears, you're being guided to continue working on your growth and expansion within your current situation. Be committed to your tasks and projects. It can be very easy to get bored or overwhelmed, but persevere. You are being reminded of how it feels to be let down and experience unreliability. And that is not who you were born to be. So keep working on what you're working on, because it's going to be extremely beneficial for you in the long run. How freaking beautiful is that? Rachel says, that's what I'm feeling. I'm trying to distinguish the difference between my mind and my intuition. I'm doing that too, Rachel. See, I still get surprised. You see how I got so surprised just now? Like, what? I'm totally doing that too. It's a breakdown of the ego mind, right? It's where we have to listen to our soul and tell our mind to shut up. And I'm just saying that is way harder than it sounds. You know what I mean? All right, Sandra, yours was next. Let's see what wants to come out for Sandra. She said, geez. Very much a don't give up. Even when it's hard, Rachel, don't give up. I don't see you as a quitter, but I do see all of us question our abilities from time to time. And I think Spirit just wants you to know that you are more than capable of. All right, Sandra. Let's see what Spirit wants to say. Angels and ancestors. We have this snake coming out, Sandra. Ooh, it says shed the old skin. Absolutely. All right, let's pull it up. And it's going to be in the symbols. So I'm going to ask you, have you seen a snake? Weren't we talking about snakes not too long ago? Have you seen a snake skin? Actually, I have a picture of a snake skin, Sandra. My oldest son, Patrick, his wife sent it to me yesterday, Sandra. They were out in my old shed. And I, of course, am a bad person, and I left all kinds of stuff in there that I didn't want to tote with me. But it was useful stuff, some of it. So anyway, they were in the shed, and they were trying to get all the crap out so they could use the shed themselves, you know. And they totally found a snake skin. So how interesting is that? All right, so here's the message, Sandra. Cast off the old. Reveal your true colors, talents, and gifts to the world. Absolutely. It says, the card is about, in many spiritual traditions, the snake offers powerful medicine. In tantric teachings, it symbolizes the kundalini, which is the powerful serpentine energy within that allows you to reach your highest spiritual potential. By the way, if you're also following me, you're also having a kundalini awakening. I know, right? What? We'll talk about that one day. When the sacred ones saw a snake in nature or encountered one in a dream, they knew that there was transformation in the air. For me, the snake card not only represents the shedding of old skin, but moving beyond the limitations caused by carrying the venom of negative thoughts about others or your past. Extended message. The energy of renewal is washing over your life at this time. If for some reason you feel that your true self hasn't been recognized or you've been misread by others, know this energy is now leaving you. As you've been working through your old stories and all the self-limiting beliefs that you've accumulated along the way, you've been peeling away a shield of skin that has created limiting experiences. Your own personal commitment to growth has been recognized, and now the external world will begin to reflect all the work that you've been doing within. So true, right, Sandra? If you feel someone you love has misunderstood you recently, they will be able to see beyond that if you're willing to recognize your own challenges. This is a time for renewal, abundance, and connection. Let yourself be reborn and celebrated. I love it, Sandra. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. Oh, she knows about the Kundalini. That's another one of those things that I don't talk about, guys. Yeah, we'll get there one day. All right, let's see. 5-foot skin in our attic. Oh my goodness. Diana says I probably wouldn't go in that attic anymore. Ooh. All right, Diana, are you ready? Thank you so much for these cards, Diana. I cannot express to you how much I love them. They connected with me so strongly. So yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys, here we go. Diana, what do the angels and ancestors want to say to Diana? Look at that. The Magic Guardian. I got this card this morning. It says unlock the magic within. I can't wait to read this to you, Diana. All right. Let me see. Let me pull it up. So this is one of the guardians. And the message is stop looking outside yourself and recognize that you have incredible power within. The card is about magic with a K, is the energy of the universe that allows you to manifest and create through the direction and power of your will. It changes according to your frequency. The Magic Guardian is a representation of Angel of Magic who helps you direct your will to bring something into creation. She is the angel who swirls around shamans and wise ones when they are calling on the energy of magic to help them manifest something that will be healing and supportive of their path. She is the angel of all magic that is directed for the highest good of whoever is working with it. The extended message for this card is you are the magic. You are the answer. You have it all within you. If you've been searching for an answer or a reason to focus, recognize that all that you're looking for is already within you. You are a powerful and magical person with the capacity to direct your intentions and will your desires into being. But your power can only be powerful when you own it. So take time to acknowledge it. Your ability to dedicate yourself to a goal and make it happen is a real gift that you are being guided to recognize right now. Beautiful. So powerful. The goosebumps. Oh my goodness. The goosebumps. All right, ladies. Thank you so much for coming in here with me and for letting me pull some more angels and ancestor oracle. I had such a good time, such a beautiful deck. It's so emotional, right? Like when I'm reading the words, do you feel the power? I mean, wow. It's just I'm so surprised. I've had so many tarot decks, guys. I mean, I could just really show you. I have so many oracle cards, and I've definitely had some encounters and experiences with them, but this Kyle Gray Angels and Answers definitely struck me right in my heart chakra this morning. And it's just been that way ever since. So I can't wait to use them more often. Don't forget, guys, tonight we are going to do subscriber energy at 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time. We are going to look at time jumping and at timeline jumping. And I know everybody's like, what does that mean? It sounds crazy. It's actually not as crazy as it sounds. I'm going to explain it to you guys, and I'm going to tell you why collectively we're all doing this in our tribe. So I hope to see all of you guys there tonight, 6 p.m. Don't forget, guys, I will offer free readings, of course, at the end of that live as well. So yes, thank you everyone who came in, who watched, who participated. I appreciate you guys all so much, and I hope to see you guys all tonight. As always, I am always sending each one of you abundant love and light on your journey. Thank you.